Hello everybody and welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Tonight we're going to be having episode 81 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. We're going to look at a roll of 1980 PND mint cellos. So I believe the roll is 25 mint cellos from the Philadelphia Mint and 50 from the Denver Mint. But it was just labeled PND mixed roll, so it may be a little bit less or more, or it could be even, it could be one, could be more or less. We'll find out. So I know things look pretty much the same here, but I have things set up just a little bit differently. So I'm just going to make sure everything goes right here for now. So these came from eBay. This is the same seller that we've done the last couple rolls. It's kind of got this harder, more, thick, crinkly plastic here. So I'm going to dump these out. And now I'm able to dump them out in front of me, but my keyboard's a little bit farther away from me. And I'm going to put them in a box as I go through. But we'll pretty much look through these twice. And so the first time we're just going to kind of look at them, see kind of what the grade, we'll look at them at this focal length, and we'll try to see kind of what the different grades are. We'll try to look for anything interesting on the coins. Now for the 1980p, we looked through a roll of it last night, and we did find out that there's a really nice double die that's actually worth quite a lot of money for the Philadelphia Mint. And then for the Denver Mint, I didn't see any double dies. However, there are lots of RPMs, and they're actually rather decently priced RPMs. Now that first coin there, we could see a couple little spots that almost looked like they were a little bit toned. But we're gonna kind of look for different things. It seems like every date and every mint kind of has different things going on with it. Different things that are wrong with it, different things that are strengths for it. And so we're just gonna try to take note of different things, because once you kind of know what to expect from a different date or mint, it kind of when you don't see any of those things that should be wrong with it, it's oftentimes a better example coin, so it's one of those things we can check out. Hello, accredited coins. Welcome. How are you tonight? I saw you listing some very fine coins. Not very fine, but some beautiful high-grade proof coins on eBay today. Accredited coins, really nice ones. It looks like you are on to phase 2. It looks like you have gotten, you made your lists. And you took your photos, and now you are going into business full time. Pretty cool. Welcome to the stream tonight. How are you doing? I bet you're a little bit tired from posting videos or posting auctions all day. But everything is looking good. Keep it up. I was definitely, before I went to bed last night, I was checking out all your different listings that you had up. And then today, I saw you had a whole bunch more of them. We'll take a look at the front of this one here. The surfaces on this one seems much more scratchy. Only 1,800 to go. I totally know the feeling. Like, I just realized, we just got over 4,600 videos. And I realized about this time a year ago is when I took all my coins down off of eBay and relisted everything, making a video of them. And since taking everything down and relisting it all, my sales went up like 400%. And now I'd say, according to the eBay statistics, my sales are up over 1,000% from what they were a year ago. They're up 25% what they were a month ago. So whatever I'm doing seems to be working. But hello everybody, hello. Well, I feel like I kind of slacked because there was 6-7 weeks there when the coronavirus first came out that my life kind of got thrown a monkey wrench, and I could not film at all without like either very loud stuff going on in the background or like copyrighted material that would get my videos banned. So I had to stop for like 7 weeks. I think I made one video and was like, I'm getting back to normal, and then I wasn't for like another month. So it's like I kind of got like a 6.5-7 week vacation, but I'm back now. And but yeah, my goal hopefully is to get to 10,000 videos by the end of the year. I'm really wanting to get to the place where I'm pretty much buying and selling 1,000 coins a month. And I don't know, maybe that doesn't quite work out. What, we got like 5 more months? No, if I can do 5,000 videos by the end of the year, that's my goal. We'll have to see. That's a lot of videos, and I don't want to do just a lot of modern proofs because they're cheaper to buy. I want to do nicer coins. You know, have a couple proof ones up there, but I already have, you know, well, at least for like the small cents, I have all the modern proofs. But I don't think most people really want to see all the modern ones, but maybe they do. You know, if I make a video of every single coin, every date, mint, and, you know, every date, mint, and grade, that'll give me something to keep busy. Right? No, I mean, I was looking at all the other 1936s because I only used to be in the market for some nice purple toning on his coat there. I only used to be on the market for small cents. But I was looking at all of, you know, the 1936s, and they're all insane. You know, the small cents really are the bargains. It's really, really insane. Actually, speaking of, can you hear me okay? Just because I changed my setup today, and so I should have done some sound checks and all that. I assume you can hear me because you're talking back, but I didn't check. My microphone's farther away from me, but it's directly in front of me now. And now I can work with the coins directly in front of me, but my keyboard is farther away. So just trying, you know, it's like since I've been making these videos, I've just been kind of like sitting here twisted, and now I can almost, you know, work directly in front of me, which is really nice. I'm almost wondering if this is a little bit of grease on his shoulder or what's going on here. Okay, excellent. And I'm also, like, you know, I bought, what is it, a Blue Yeti? Like, I got a Blue Yeti because it seemed like that's what everyone else used, but it seemed like my microphone on my camera was really good. I have to imagine the Blue Yeti is better, but maybe I should work on optimizing it. Some of these small things that I never take the time to stop and do. But thanks for the mic check. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of, I don't know, like the new thing that kind of was making me happy, buying like Proof 67 and Proof 68, you know, Franklin proofs from, you know, 1958 back. It seems like you can still get them at a fairly decent price. I saw some nice Proof 68 ones that were like, they looked cameo, but I got outbid on them. I probably should have gone higher. I'm just not so sure about my ability to spot, you know, cameo ones sight unseen just from a photograph. I mean, they can look it, but I imagine the lighting can change things up a little bit sometimes. And my lighting here is a little bit different, but I feel like it pretty much probably looks the same. But one of the things I was able to do also is to remove a bunch of the things in my filming area that could cause different colors to show up on coins, especially like the silver ones now that I'm doing. I tried to make things so that hopefully we'll get better true colors. I'm excited tonight. I looked at all the RPMs for 1980D, and all the ones that there are seems really good. For a second there, I was excited. I thought that there was a, what was it, like a D over S, or there was like an S above it. However, it looks like that one got debunked, but it totally did. The pictures that they had of it totally looked like there was an S above the D. So you're going to be really busy, accredited coin. It's going to be awesome. It's going to feel good. And I definitely see the like older, higher graded stuff. I see it selling really well right now. Like it seems like people want, you know, like high quality, and they want, you know, they want things silver and high grade. That's, you know, when things, I feel like the last couple of days things slowed down. They picked up today, thank goodness. I was waiting to think that we were in like a recession or something. Nice. That's the way to do it. Never stop. Um, you know, you can do whatever you want. For me, I feel like I notice that if I list after like about 9:30, you know, 9 o'clock's usually when I want to like, you know, call it. But it's up to you. You know, sometimes you can get, you know, some kind of nice, sometimes if you're the last person listing stuff, that gives you exposure at nighttime. But you also have to think about how many people are actually like looking at coins that late. You know, maybe you and me are, and maybe some other people are. But I think a lot of people have already gone to bed, so I usually try to stop listing my coins at about 9:30. When I did auctions, I used to like have auctions ending at like midnight. Yeah, bad idea. It was the only time when I worked full time. It's like you know, I did my side business when I could. I would have been much better off with doing buy it nows. Well, that's the thing also that you have to remember. As far as I know, um, you know, now that everything is good till canceled, if you are doing buy it nows, they don't refresh. You don't get that exposure a second time. When you post something as a buy it now, that first time up, that's when you get it. You know, if you take it down and relist it, sure, but there's no second round, third round of exposure. Like, I mean, I'm checking the buy it nows all day long, and I do not see my stuff repopulate. Um, and that's kind of one of the bummers. Like, it's like totally you lose that exposure. Some people I see, it used to, and that made it really important. You know, auctions will repopulate, but the messy thing about auctions, this one's got some nice tone in, some like kind of pinky purple. The nice thing about or I'm sorry, not the nice thing. Well, they do repopulate. That's nice if you set the automation to relist continuously until item sells. However, I noticed that mine, they keep getting farther and off, and it seems to all of a sudden it's posting all my auctions at like midnight or 2 in the morning or 5 in the morning. And it's like, no, I set those up. I painstakingly set those up so that they would, you know, end on a Sunday between like 5 and 7 p.m. If you have auctions, you know, like I would recommend having several, you know, end every day of the week. You know, primarily between like noon and 6 p.m. I'd probably put a lean on 3 to 6 p.m. And Sunday seems to really be the heavy day as far as auctions go. Like if you want to get maximum exposure for your store, you know, have some auctions ending between like 4 and 6 p.m. on a Sunday. That would definitely be my recommendation. Yeah, right. But at the same time, I feel like while they don't repopulate, I do feel like my stuff continues to get views. I feel like back in the old days, that was like if I was going to have a sale on an item, it would only be that day when it repopulated. And then after that, like I would feel like nobody would see, like it would just fall into like an eBay hole until like they like dug it up and showed it to people again. Like sometimes like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like things have been a lot better. However, I use promoted listings. You know, you can make the most awesome listings, have the most awesome coins, everything. But I swear you can have the best price. But like eBay won't show them to other people. You know, even sometimes when they organically look, you know, it's like typing a YouTube video and it shows you what YouTube thinks you want to see or what someone pays YouTube to show people. So it's like if you use the promoted listings, you know, it's going to cost you, you know, whatever percent you tell them to do. but people will see it. And so even if your coins are priced higher than other people's, eBay's going to show them to people. And so they'll sell. It's the darndest thing. But it's like, they show you their whole fee structure. And that's just to be on eBay. Then it's like to sell stuff, you have to pay them money. Like, it's like, no, you paid him. You got to pay me if you want to sell. It's the old racketeer trick. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't get views even when I was the cheapest item. Like, I honestly tried to be the cheapest guy on eBay because I figured, if I was the cheapest, people would come back, and they would buy more and more and more. But I lost on eBay, like every year when I did taxes, I lost money. And it wasn't until like I realized that the market comes in waves. It goes up and down, and you buy low and you sell high, and you try not to be the first person to sell. I know it sounds like you should be the first person to sell. You don't want to be the first person to sell, because when the market's going up, it'll, I'm doing this backwards, but this will sell, and then this will sell, and then this will sell. You want to be about the third person to sell, because otherwise you've lost out on all the money that you could have. Because when the supply drops and the demand grows, as the demand grows, the supply drops. And unless somebody is there meeting that demand, the price is just going to keep going up, until like it gets to a point where people are like, no. But we very much live in a society where people want things now, and people are willing to pay extra money to have it now. That's why they have a buy it now button on an auction place, because it's like, no, I don't want to wait for an auction. That's, my time is worth more. This one's got a little toning on him. So I wouldn't worry about the price. I mean, there definitely is a price. Like I have best offers on all my items, and people will offer me $1, or they'll offer me 4, and I'm like, my shipping costs more than that. And then it's kind of like, okay, well, just, if you want, decline it or just ignore it, or you can give them, an offer back. Generally, when somebody offers me like, below my shipping price, I'm assuming that they mean it in a mean way, that they're not like, oh, maybe he'll sell it to me for $4. Like I have no price. If someone offers me half my price for a coin, that's cool. It's like they're throwing a number out there. But when somebody does it for, it's like, it'd be cheaper for me to just throw it in the trash can than it would be to ship it to you. Um, well, that's the thing too. A lot of my insanely priced coins, those are in my registry set. And so they're not coins that I necessarily want to sell. They're coins that I waited a long time to find, and I'm really happy to own. But it's like if somebody wants to buy them out from underneath me, they can. I'm just not going to make it easy. Yeah, and then you put it up for twice what you pay, and then you do a best offer, and then you just put it, you put it back in your safe, wherever you store it. You put it in your underground bunker, you put it in your flying airship, wherever you want to store it. And then when somebody will send you an offer, and when they send you an offer, it's either yes or no, and it's like maybe you can make a deal with them. But it's like, until that day comes, you just keep it there. It's like, a lot of people with their collections, there is the thought in mind that one day I'm going to sell this, or one day I'll have to sell it. And so, if you, especially if you have it and then you think, okay, well, that's a really good offer. I see a couple more on the market, or I've been seeing more on the market. And you can take the gamble and, sell it for a profit, and then attempt to repurchase one at less than you just paid for it or sold it for. There's lots of ways. I mean, there's always sometimes like I'll sell a coin, and then I will find that coin again and I'll buy it, and then the person will return it, and then I'll have two of them. But I don't know, darndest things happen sometimes. It's almost like someone wanted to sell their coin to me, and so they bought mine so that I'd be on the market to buy another one. And then after I buy it, they return it. But I don't know, there's all sorts of funniness on eBay. So I think we're about halfway through the roll here, and then we'll zoom in and we'll look for some double dies and RPMs. I'm just trying to get an overall feel for the quality of these coins. You know, like the 1979 and 81, and I think 78, you know, occasionally we're seeing like a purple or like blue spot on these coins or a pink spot. It's quite common with these coins. That's one of the reasons I really like these years, is that it seems like when they tone, instead of getting like an ugly black spot, they get like this bright, beautiful spot. And I think it's cool. Well, the thing is, they can return it no matter what, even if you don't offer returns. And if I can save you the stress, if somebody doesn't like the item, doesn't want it, changes their mind, has buyer's regret, remorse, whatever you call it, they can simply say item not as described. And you know, while that sounds like, oh no, well I take photos of it and stuff, it's basically, to eBay, the buyer is always correct. And the best thing to do, honestly, you can fight it. You can. But honestly, in my opinion, the best thing to do is to just accept returns, because the buyers can say item was damaged, slab was broken upon, I don't know, like, you know, like doesn't match description, even when it does. And then sometimes they'll damage it. You know, they'll do something, they'll break the coin out of the slab and then want to return it. I don't know. I have a return right now for a broken slab, but honestly, the coin was, the case was cracked on the front and back of it, and it was just barely hanging. And it was, you know, I took pictures of it, said what it was, and apparently three things of bubble wrap didn't get it there safely. Maybe they didn't read the description of the coin just like I did when I bought it. I just saw the date and mint and grade and said, yeah. So I'm getting one back, but I'm gonna try to sell it to somebody. You know, just put it back up there again. Say slab is broken in half. However, this is the perfect coin, because there's people that just like to buy the PCGS graded coins and then break it out of the slab. The coin is beautiful. It's I think it's like a 1939D MS66, and it's a beautiful coin. So if somebody just wants a beautiful coin, it is a beautiful coin. It's just the slab's cracked. You know, it's halfway out of the case for someone that wants to break it out. Yeah, I'm not so sure I actually benefit from being a top-rated seller either. I believe one thing that it does do is, I believe you get 10% off final value fee credits at the end of the month. But I'll tell you, it is no easy feat to get top-rated seller. There are a million different things that you have to do, and then once you do those things, you find out that there's all these other things that they want you to do too, but they don't tell you beforehand. I'm not even sure if I could tell you all of them. I think you have to offer free shipping on all your stuff. I think you have to have 100% positive feedback, or like really, really high. I think you can't have more than 4 big defects. Like, you can't cancel more than 4 items, or be like, say you're out of stock. I think that there's only so many like item not described that you can get. What else is there? You have to offer 30-day returns, I think, on everything. But it's like every time I would like finally get it, or like be supposed to get it, it would happen. And then there's also a thing where I feel like other sellers on eBay kind of like torture the smaller sellers, because I can't, maybe there's just buyers on eBay that like torturing people. I know that there's people in the world like that. But it feels like it's like a mean competition thing, where people definitely just, the only reason they buy stuff is to like mess with someone's feedback. I'm surprised eBay doesn't do anything about it, because it's like, the coin is great, everything's going great, and then they cause a bunch of stuff. It's been a long time for me, but it's like I constantly do have kind of like I had that thing a little while ago where the people, this one has it's got a couple marks up there. People were buying stuff, like tons of stuff, like multiple quantities of stuff. I'd ship it all out in one package. I'd be paying the fees to ship it, PayPal fees. And then they would say like, item not described on one, and then like a week later, item not described on another, a day later, item described on another, and just one by one they would send them back and print out the shipping labels, but then they wouldn't use the shipping labels, and then they would just put a stamp on them, and then the items would all come like postage due. So then I'd be paying the initial shipment, and then I would have to pay the shipping label that they printed out for each of them. Then I'd have to pay postage due on them all. And it was like they were like literally just trying to like, it was like a bunch of people from Florida, from most of them all were from Florida, and they were just trying to like, essentially discourage me from selling on eBay as far as I could tell. I'd send reports to eBay, but it went on for a long time. They were definitely weird, and it would be like as soon as one of them, as soon as I gave the refund on one of the returns, another one would be opened up. Like they would have already bought another item, and so it was just like as soon as I've finished dealing with one, that same day another one would open up. And so I guess that's another thing. Selling stuff on eBay, it can be a headache. But the reason that people sell on eBay is that they're trying to have a business, they're trying to make some money, and so it takes focus, it takes hard work, it takes dedication. You gotta find the nice coins, you gotta list them, you gotta take photographs, you gotta keep on top of everything. But then you get these returns, you get these claims that things aren't as described. They're PCGS graded coins, like they've already had 5 experts look at the coin. They are what they are. Occasionally PCGS makes mistakes. But you still have people that try to say like, wrong coin or something. But it's like, for the most part, with returns and all that, like, just take them. If there's a hassle, just take it. Turn the other cheek if you're able to investigate it. But basically the way that I look at it is you lose a couple bucks here. You lose a couple bucks here. It's part of doing business. If you were a brick and mortar store, some sneaky kid would be walking off with one of your Franklins. It's just, it's damage control. But basically it's what I found the best thing to do is just move forward. Like, deal with it as fast as you can. Be as polite as you can. If there's some sketchiness, report it to eBay, but don't let any of it inside. Don't let any of it get to you. Just get back to work. List that next item. It's probably like 1 out of 100. Like a thing. I feel like 1 out of 100 things you either have to deal with drama, or you have to deal with an item not being delivered by the post office or something. Just 1 out of 100, sales happen. It's part of doing business. You put it into your margin and you move on. You expect that 1 out of 100 coins that you sell, will get, it'll go missing, or someone will try to scam you. Add 1% to all your listings, and you're no longer, it's like when people want to do the return thing and waste your money. Looks like now you have to raise, all your listings another $1 to cover shipping, back and forth. But it's just, it's part of doing business. And for me, that's been like the faster I can just move on and get back to work, because you can spend days on the stuff and it's just no fun. Hello, Seb Weber. It is a PND episode tonight. Yes, I have many arch nemesis on eBay. I'd like to think that I could have many, many, many friends on eBay because, anyone in the small cent category, essentially, I'm probably their best customer. And I hope to be, every dealer's best customer. I might sell a lot of coins and I might put a lot of coins, but 90% of my coins come from eBay, and that means that another eBay seller sold them to me. And so it's like, you basically go and look through all the different eBay sellers and you try to find the best deals that you can. I do a lot of auctions, I do a lot of buy it nows. And so it's like, while some people might hate me, I have to imagine that there's a lot of people that like me because I'm the person who puts the top bid on their item. I'm the person, that buys out their entire store category. I mean, I want to wake up. I want someone to buy out my store category. Yes, please. Yeah, that really hurts when yeah, I pay for their shipping too. You can. It's like when the buyer says they want to return an item, there's multiple options. It can say like wrong color, item doesn't fit, item doesn't work, item not as described, just don't like it. They give many different ways. Some buyers, they just don't know that they're, hurting somebody's detailed seller rating. They don't even know what it is. They just want to return it. So sometimes, if they say like, I just don't like it, like they're saying you didn't do anything wrong, they just changed their mind. There's ways to do it so that they pay. But if they're able to prove that it's some fault of yours, eBay usually sides with them, and you eat the shipping. But I have it set to automatically accept returns. I have it set to automatically pay for shipping on returns. It just creates a zero hassle. It's like if someone doesn't love the coin, I take it back. I find someone that does. I mean, it's like if you make the transact, like, sometimes people, do get the wrong coin, or sometimes they get it in person and it's not what they thought. And if you make it hassle free, and you have that item that they're looking for, they just ordered the wrong one, they might come back. Sometimes you might not, want that person to come back. If somebody continually does stuff, they go on the banned and blocked list. If you haven't had to do that before, you just go up to the eBay, to the bar. Up above the bar it says help. You just click that and then click in that bar and start writing in banned or blocked, and it opens a list. You just copy paste that eBay's person's name in it, and it's like I'll have like this person like open like 5 different accounts, but I feel like eventually eBay just starts to block that person. Thank you, Seb Weber. These are going to go up for sale tomorrow. If all goes well, these will go up for sale tomorrow, whenever the sun is good and not blocking me from taking photos. And so hopefully we'll find a double die tonight or an RPM. It looks like the Denvers have RPM possibilities and the Philadelphias have a double die possibility. Well, I mean, with the price of some of the coins that you buy, accredited coins, the microscope that I use here is 120 bucks, and there's cheaper versions of them. You easily could make a video or, take photos. The microscope cam actually makes it super easy to take photos. It's, you're in the program, click, 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 front, back, click. You can have it done out so that you're just doing the whole slab. I find it harder. Like I have to put my microscope on like a box. But they're like 120 bucks. You can buy one for cheaper. That's probably, mine's 10 years old, but I did look at my same one. It's still 120 bucks. Yeah, I'm selling this as a roll, Sev. Um, this I buy them as a roll and I sell them. They just if I just have 49, I would just sell you one. But it's like if I just put up 49, nobody wants to buy them. They want 50 of them. Um, I can find out if I have a loose one, but I don't think I have a loose one. Were you trying to get a Philadelphia or a Denver? And honestly, for like I was looking, you could probably find just a bankroll of 1980 P or D for about the price that one of these separate would cost. At least that I was looking at bankrolls today, and I feel like I saw a bunch of them. And if you get a bankroll of them, you can check them for errors and stuff. But at least one of them would probably be as nice as one of the mint set coins. I would say coins from the mint cellos and the mint sets, they're probably above average for the bankrolls. However, if you're looking at like a whole bankroll, you'll probably find one. And you still have 50 shots at finding, a rare coin in it as well. Like the 1980 double die, I think it's like a few $100s at MS65. You might get some returns for your coins, accredited coins, but I would say 90% of people on eBay uh, take far away slabbed photos. Like last night, I was checking out that Franklin collection that you did, and there was like a plant above the coins in the picture when you were showing 8 of the Franklins at a time, and I actually liked the plant there, the plant's presence. I felt like it like put some good energy into the photos, and then the last photo that you had of the group, I think it was 5 coins. Like that one didn't have the plant. The plant was gone, and I was like, I missed the plant. The plant, made everything bright, and it made it feel like it was coming from the coins were coming from a happy home with a girlfriend and a bunch of cats. Yeah, that was a really nice. It looked like a really nice collection. Do you miss it? Are you gonna build another one? What's the plan? Or you said that you got a bunch of what did you say? A bunch of from that mint. Or it's not the Franklin Mint, right? Um, I can't remember what the name of it is. Well, I've been buying a bunch of MS63, MS64s, but I'm like, maybe I should start, just buying like higher grade proof ones. And I won a bunch more mint sets today as well. I think they were all 1957 proof sets, and so those should be coming in the mail. I figured if I'm gonna send off 10 proof sets to get graded, I might as well get another 10 and have 20. But then I guess at the same time, if they're all different mint sets, I can't send in, if you can only send in 5 different dates and mints. I think you can probably get above spot these days. Oh no, I was kind of curious. It seemed like this one's got some kind of purple on shoulder and cheek. It seems like the price froze. Like on Coinflation, the price hasn't moved a cent on gold and silver all weekend. And I mean, spot isn't spot anymore. And there's, we live in 2020. There's aftermarket hours. There's aftermarket prices. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. I'm going to dump these out, and we'll zoom in. That's not too bad. So I think we're going to look for the double die here first. And then we can look for Then we'll look for the RPMs. Yeah, see, I think like maybe I was just like, did what happened? Did like the government say like like did they like take down coinflation over the weekend? Um, Maybe it just went up, but it was like I think 22.38 last time I saw. Right, so we'll see if we can get a good focus here and go through these a little bit faster. I feel like we were seeing like a lot of machine damage on the 1980s last night. But I mean, really, the only thing that's on this one is the double die for the 1980p. Yeah, I feel like silver is way easy. Like I mean, the spot price. Like I don't know. Like I was seeing like I think APMEX and like MCM. They were selling like silver rounds for like $38, $39 or something, and I was like, that's pretty insane. I don't know if they're just unsure, but it was like they had sold like 5,000 of them. Hey, Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seeker, welcome. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I mean, I feel like the market went down. Got some really nice machine doubling on this one. It still has its corners, it looks like, though. It's taunting me. That's the thing that's interesting about this double die is like there's so much machine doubling this year. Um, but yeah, it's just interesting to me. Like I've always been a small cent and large cent, and it's like now I've decided to go nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, dollars. And so it's like I haven't been into silver at all in years. Like I haven't had any desire. And I'm not buying the Franklins and the Roosevelt dimes and stuff for the silver, but I just noticed, oh wow, I did pick up a lot of silver lately. But it's like I'm buying it for more of like the numismatic value. But I definitely noticed when silver and gold skyrocketed in the past, it drove up all the prices of all the numismatic silver. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm a little curious to see if this is just a trick to get people to put all their money into it. Um, I kind of feel like there is going to be a nosedive and wipe out a bunch of people. And then maybe it will go back up again. But I kind of feel like the 1% likes to play a lot of tricks on stackers. This one has like triple machine damage. You guys see this? Like it's like not just like one, it's like steps. Like there's like 3 lines on the I, 3 lines on the B. Let's check out what the date came out like. It'd be really fun to find one of the double dies because I bet it looks really cool under the scope. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of Morgans. Like I feel like they made a lot of Morgans and somehow they stayed in really there's a lot of ones in really good condition still. But it's like you can buy like MS63, MS64s graded by PCGS for like, $35-$40. It's really interesting to me that they are still that cheap. And I know that there's a lot, like you look at like how many are graded that, and then you look at the population above, and it's just huge. And so it's like, I guess I can see, but at the same time, it's like, silver and old and like desirable. Everybody looks at them, but at the same time, it doesn't seem, they're good because they're stable. The price on them doesn't seem to dip. It doesn't seem to go down. So your investment, if you want a nice safe place to put it while the market goes crazy, it goes up and it goes down. Or I'm sorry, it doesn't go up and down like a lot of others do. But then at the same time, when you go to sell it, you don't really get a very big return on it. Because there's so many and people, it kind of keeps the price stable. But they're absolutely beautiful. There's just, yeah, it's, the people who own the majority of them are able to essentially flood the market. So like you can buy, and they can sell them to you. But then they just keep lowering the price and keep lowering the price, so you can never sell them. And then, eventually, most people need to cash out, and then they just buy back what they sold you for cheaper than you paid. It's like, I feel like they have like a computerized system that makes sure it like keeps track of like how much is sold and bought. And, it's just a mathematical formula to make sure that nobody makes a penny off of them. A couple people will make a penny off of them, but it'll continue to make money off the majority, which makes them their money. But yeah, they're absolutely beautiful coins. It's like, that's the thing that kicks me is like, I pay more on a lot of pennies. I pay a lot on a lot of pennies, or pay more on a lot of pennies than like a graded MS Morgan. It just doesn't make any sense to me. This one's really rough. Not a very good strike on that coin. It kind of seems like it's like I can tell pretty much if it's going to be a double die by the time we've seen Liberty, but I feel like it's good to check still. Yeah, like the premium, it's kind of like, the price goes up and down on silver, but the premium always stays high. And so it's like, sometimes you'll go to the dealer and the dealer will be like, yeah, I can give you spot, because they know that they're going to be able to sell the premium way, way, way over. But it's basically like, if you don't like the dealer's price, you can always become a dealer yourself. It's just a lot of people don't have the time to do it. Or they'd rather deal with someone with a good reputation than, go out on the street and meet someone. I feel like some of these have like a different focal length. Got quite a few, and I don't know if this is an even 25-25 split. It just said 25, or I'm sorry, it said PD mix when I bought it. So we will find out. I feel like it looks like about half. Like I'm starting to run out of blues here, and I still have lots and lots of reds. So I think tomorrow or the next stream that I do will have I think it's a 1979 PD mix. And I don't know if there is anything actually to look for in it. It's one of the bummers. Like I don't think 1979 P and D have any RPMs. I don't think that they have any double dies. Um, but I really like the coins, and it seems like the coins are really hard to find in high grade as well. So it's like one of those ones where you're looking through and like it's not the RPM that's going to make you money, it's just finding a nice, solid, decent coin. But it's going to be interesting tomorrow. I mean, it could be months. I feel like I stopped even watching, but it's like I believe there's going to be, they're at least going to look at a stimulus plan tomorrow, and maybe they will vote on it. It's like this one has some like die scratches. It's like there's one inside the 8 there, and then there's one up above the O. Kind of looks cool. Don't see anything to go with it though. It'd make a nice marker if it did. But I think after the 1979 roll, I think then we're back I think we're back to the year 1970. So it'll be fun. I've got some 1970p, some 1970D, and some 1970S. I feel like we had good luck with the 1970D, and we had awesome luck with the 1970S. And I have that 1970S roll in front of me still. I had too many people gave me offers. It was just where everyone was trying to buy it, and I did find out what a couple of the varieties were for sure. I got intimidated on it. Like it just seemed like people were way too eager to buy it. But people are like, oh, it's worth about what you sell it for. And then I went and watched auctions of the stuff ending, and it went for like 10 times the prices that they were quoting, and I was like, So maybe I'll just put that roll up for auction, and people that were wanting those varieties, they can bid it out. I feel like that's probably the fairest way to do it. I was going to put it up for auction anyway. I probably just should have. I've had quite a few people been like, so yeah, when are you doing that? So here we are now in 1980D here. And so for the most part, it looked like we'd be looking for the most part, we are looking for RPMs. And I feel like the RPMs were pretty clear when we found them. There was this cool one that I guess that got debunked, but there was one that looked like there was an S right above the D. And I guess it was just like somehow a bunch of scratches got on it that looked just like an S, which is kind of crazy. But I didn't see any double dies or any kind of varieties other than RPM for 1980D. This one looks like it's got a little bit of damage on the corner, possibly a partially filled mint mark there. But we will look, hopefully we will find. It's like buying these mint cellos, it's definitely kind of, we have the chance of, finding a higher grade version basically. But I was looking at roll prices for original bankrupt rolls, and probably I would have a lot better luck finding lots of nice RPMs if I just roll hunted. We could look through 10 times as many coins for the same price. It looks like one of these mint cellos here, this one here, it looks like it's been cut at the edge. So it's technically compromised in my book. However, I feel like this one is not the nicest coin in the bunch, so at least one that wasn't the best of the best got cut open. Have any of you guys had luck with 1980 double dies or 1980D RPMs? Hopefully we will by the end. It's interesting, all the mint marks on these like look very, very, very similar. I'm used to, when we're, going through the coins I put away back in the day, it's like all the coins are different, like all the mint marks are different. But it's like the mint mark, the D on this, it seems like it's a very narrow hole inside. So yeah, I'm curious to see what gold and silver do tomorrow. I feel like if there's another stimulus plan, I feel like gold and silver are gonna go down. I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't know, it seems like, I don't know, I feel like this week, I feel like things had been going crazy, but I feel like this week coin sales actually slowed down a bit. I haven't really had a chance to talk about it. It was funny because I was wanting to talk about it all week, but I was just too many other things going on, so I was talking about those. But like sales finally started to like pick up again today. I feel like I heard that there was like a coin show last weekend, and so I was thinking that maybe everybody was like traveling to that coin show and like people were like excited to get out and have fun. I don't know. More fake money. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people were getting stimulus checks and like just like, buying silver, buying gold, like getting stimulus checks. Like that's kind of like part of when like my sales like started to go crazy during this pandemic here. Part of it was like, okay, everyone's doing their hobbies, they're doing all the things that they do at home. Normally they'd be out having fun in the summer. People aren't traveling, they're not going to coin shows, they're not going to their coin shop, so they're buying online. Um, and then it's like everybody's getting stimulus checks, so like basically everybody has all this disposable money. And then and then all these people on unemployment, like, and I think there's like 50 million people on unemployment right now. That's a lot of people, and they're getting $600 a week plus whatever they qualify. Like, I mean, honestly, that's more than I make, doing what I do on eBay. Like, if I almost feel like a fool for not not just closing down and being like, sorry, it's not an essential service. I'll do my part. I'll collect an unemployment check. But I figured if I can work, I should work, and so that's what I'm doing. And also, I feel like it's like if I wasn't doing what I was doing, I wouldn't be making videos. I wouldn't be doing what I love, and I think I'd be like kind of bored and bummed. But at the same time, I guess I could have just bought all the stuff, taken the stimulus money, and bought a bunch of coins, and then waited till it was all over, and then sold them all. But I figured, there are people out there unemployed that can't work, and so, those people should get the unemployment money, and I should work and make videos of coins with beautiful blue and purple and pink lustered mint marks. No RPMs here yet. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen prices of stuff go up on a bunch of stuff, yet kind of like non-essential products that no one really needs. I feel like people are just desperately trying to get rid of them right now. Um, let's see this one from a different angle. I feel like it's going to be interesting. I mean, like, the world is definitely changing. I love the little tone spots on this one. It's like I feel like some of these mint cellos are going to be like gorgeous. I mean, I feel like there are already pretty when they're like this, but I feel like these spots are just going to get bigger and bigger. It's like I'm going to like go through these coins again in 10 years if they don't sell, and I'm going to be like, wow, check this out. There it is. Oh, the line on the left side of the 8, that almost kind of reminds me of the double die for the 1980. But I don't think it is, because this is a 1980D. It seems like a bunch of the top serifs on these Ds, they kind of get like chewed up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I feel like the stimulus, you know, it's been helping everyone just kind of like forget about all the crazy stuff. I still think that if everyone had taken the stimulus check and bought a month's supply of food and everything just shut down for a month, we would have been able to get back to normal already. I hate to say that's what I was saying in the beginning. You know, maybe the government will give it a chance here. I mean, I don't want everything to shut down, but like I'd like people to be able to have their lives back. So we'll see. I was supposed to get like so many coins this weekend. I went to the post office and there were 4 coins sitting there for me. Like every single package is delayed. There's like over 100 packages now in the mail. And it's just, they're taking their sweet time. I'm hoping that like the post office hasn't just closed and they haven't told me yet. I feel like I was reading and hearing things about the post office possibly closing by September unless like they got like an emergency bailout. So hopefully that is not happening. So put out the warning there. We are starting to get towards the end. I think we have less than 10 here. We haven't had any luck yet. I guess we don't have a full roll here to find an RPM. This one's got some machine damage on the 8. And I believe that is just machine damage on the mint mark. Sure does look cool. No, I will have to look this one up. But it's like, you know, kind of, it's like we were seeing on the 1980Ps, we were seeing some with machine damage that like there were like, it wasn't just like a doubling, it was like a tripling. And this one seems to be suffering from the same thing. Like if you look inside the O there, or the 1, pardon, 1980, you know, there's like multiple levels there. You know, the 8 here, it looks crazy. It looks like a freaky snowman. Yeah, let's look at some of the rest of it, because yeah, these ones just mess with my head. Because like, if I just found that like that, I would think that this was an RPM. You know, you've got like what looks like little lines, like more D on the center. You have it on the west side, you have it on the east side. I don't know, there's only like 5 or 6 RPM, so I can check it out again, but I don't believe that's high enough. You know, they look very, very low on it. You know, the serifs don't look split on the coin. But it's cool looking. They ended overtime for workers. I hope they're not forcing them to work overtime, just not paying them. I worked at places like that where, you know, you weren't allowed to have overtime, but you weren't allowed to leave your shift before your shift was over. Probably wasn't legal, but you know, it was kind of like the mentality: you don't like it, go somewhere else. And kind of place that likes turnover. Why is I feel like the west side of that mint mark is just dark. I'm like trying to like turn it so I could see it with light from different sides. I mean, I feel like the world would be a bit different without the post office, that is for sure. Couple left. What do you guys think? Will we find something? It's like I'd like to think that there will be one in here, but I mean, I guess out of 25 coins, I shouldn't expect an RPM. But it definitely will be interesting after looking through all the other coins that I bought. A little bit of machine damage on this one. It's like I have to imagine that some of the people that sell these are quite adept when, you know, selling a bunch of rolls, you know, that they know exactly what to look for, and they're not, you know, they're just going to sell the ones that aren't what they're looking for. But what is this, the fourth roll? I think this is the fourth roll that we bought from this person. The coins themselves have been decent quality. I don't feel like they, you know, sent us a bunch of trash coins. But this is the last one. So I think I have my paperwork here. But I believe I have a couple more rolls from this seller. I'm trying to remember. Maybe it's just the 1979 left. Maybe that this was the last one. But they were, you know, a really big seller on eBay. They like over 100,000 feedback. So like I figured that they knew what they were doing. But you never know until you check it out. I feel like after going through the rolls that this person sent, I'd say that the coins are in really good condition. I'd say better, better condition than the average rolls that I've gotten from other dealers. I'd say on average that like they're better than most people's as far as quality. The cellos were in good condition. Everything seemed fresh. There wasn't any environmental damage. There wasn't just any gross damage. One of them was a little trimmed into, but that just happens, I think, when you're cutting tons of mint sets. But no varieties here, but the 2016s, we didn't really have a chance. And I think the 1981, I don't think we had a chance at either, so it kind of is what it is. So I believe tomorrow we're going to have a 1979 PD mix. It's like I almost want to do it tonight, but I feel like there's a bunch of stuff I need to do tonight. But thanks everyone for watching. Wish you luck listing all your coins, accredited coins. Thanks for stopping by and Make America Great. Wish you a good night. Have a good night, Bigfoot Silver Hide and Seeker. Have a good night, Sev Weber. So I will be back tomorrow, and hope to see some of you guys there. I have about 20 more rolls of Mint Cellos, and I think I'm going to kind of switch back and forth between the normal Coin Vault Has Opened episodes and these. And then I have some other ideas to do, but I feel like we've got months more of Coin Vault Has Opened episodes. And I did buy a bunch more mint sets, and I still have the 10 mint sets that I bought that are unopened. The proof ones, 1958s, that I want to open for you guys. I do have a bunch of unopened bank wrapped rolls as well. I mean, basically, it's kind of endless. I'm just trying to like go through one project and get one project done, but I'm kind of making these mint Cello rolls priority because I bought them to make videos of, to then just put back on eBay. Just trying to learn about every date and every mint, and just get better at grading, looking at coins. The more I look at, the better I'm going to get. So hopefully that's the case. That's what I hope. But I wish you guys all a good night. I'll see you guys in the future. Thanks so much for watching.